watching at home. This is Jamez IVTV. I'm here with another special guest, and I want to have him introduce. He's a really good friend of mine. So if I could get Mook coming to the stage. What's going on, Mook?
What up?
Man, so what's going on? So I know you, but so we can have the people at home know, like, who are you, where you from, what you would do?
My name's Mook Sully. I was born in Hartford, Connecticut, raised in New Britain all my life, you know what I'm saying? And all I'm doing is just starting my own record company, Fellas Music Recordings, you know. And I have a few artists with me already, you know, my brother 808, and got a new artist that's just coming to the team. His name is Commas. Got another artist, J Rip. Y'all have done songs together. So pretty much I'm just at the beginning of the grind, you know. Yesterday, we had an interview with DJ Rex at Hot 93. So we just making our little moves, you know what I'm saying? You know, I started recording music like when I was like 16 years old. When I was 16 years old, my father put me in there. So I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna play with it, see how I can do this, you know, and take my time with it, you know, just play with the game a little bit. And at the beginning, I wasn't so strong on my craft, you know what I'm saying? I had to actually grow to be what I felt. I had to grow into my music, you know what I'm saying? Now I feel more comfortable with me behind the microphone. I feel comfortable with what I do, so I just put this together, my team, this team that we building, and we trying to take it to the next level, man.
That's what it got to be. All right, so now I know you got a lot of artists lined up. You got a lot lined up. So now, like, are there any future events that you got going on, or?
Basically, right now, we trying to learn more so of the business sides of things, because you know this music game nowadays is really corrupt. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is money, 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 gimme, gimme, gimme. It's not about the love no more, which is one person told me who does this music. It's like, it's not about the love no more, because if it was, a lot of people would be in a bigger and better spot in their life. You know what I'm saying? And being from Connecticut, we don't have that market. We don't have that, you know, to give us that push. So being an artist from Connecticut, everybody crabs in a bucket trying to make it to the top instead of bringing everybody up. Everybody just brings each other down. So right now, we just trying to learn how to maneuver around that and bring people together, make an actual record company as big as Rockefeller, Death Row, whatever record company that did it on their self-grind and that did it from their own streets, their culture, and instead of having that person who don't know nothing about our culture, you know what I'm saying, cut us the check. We're gonna cut each other the checks instead. That's what we're trying to get a part of, and that's what we're trying to learn. But more so, future events, you know, we're gonna try to get into the shows, and we're gonna take our time and learn the game slowly, but for surely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. 8-0's gonna be performing you too, right?
Yes.
This upcoming event.
Yes.
Stop the Violence.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank you for that, because, you know, you steered us into the right direction always, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a blessing for me to even be here, you know what I'm saying? And I thank you for that, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you for even being on the show too. This is what I do. I make you guys look good.
You
know? So, you know, I know you guys got a lot going on, and I really respect the movement, respect the grind. So, like, when it all started, like how was it? Like the type of question where I want to dive in is, were there times when you really felt that you were at like a bottom point? Because you know how when it comes to success, people see the finished product, but they don't read the story behind. They only see the front cover, but they never really read into the story to see, you know, everything going on. So how was it that you pushed through? It's
crazy that you say that, because I seen your last show with your other artist that came here, and he was basically saying you think of your best when you're at your worst. And at this point in time, I was living over here, north side of Hartford, and I was just down and out. You know what I'm saying? Just didn't have that. I was just real down. You know what I'm saying? I felt like everybody was against me. Nobody was on my team. Everybody wanted to do things that wasn't positive. So I took that, and I just thought of something that could just keep us branded, keep us going. And that's when I thought of fellas music. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started designing things for it. That's when I started, you know, trying to put together artists to see, because I feel like the fellas movement in general is just to bring together a whole bunch of fellas that want to do something with themselves. It goes beyond music, whether it's clothing, art, you know, let's all bring it together. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this over here is love. You know what I'm saying? For whatever is left of love, you'll find that over here. You know what I'm saying? So I want to bring that to my people. I want to, any way I can. Like I said, I was in the north end of Hartford, and we already know you already know how this goes out here. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of death left and right. You know what I'm saying? I've lost close people out here, so it's just like, I want to take those people and get them out that mindset that you could take this and make it positive. No matter your negative situation, you can make it positive if you want to. You know what I'm saying? A closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm one to speak up for my people.
Yeah, that's huge. And, you know, when it comes to the music business, there's music and there's business. Mm-hmm. So it's like two separate. So trying to get into that realm, I know what you mean. Like, as an artist, you have so much art, but art will only get you so far if nobody knows who it is. If you can't get it out there to inspire the people, I'm right there. I see what you mean on that.
And that's the thing. Is social media had a real effect on us in hip hop music, all in one. You know what I'm saying? So that right there brought us down a level from the time when Jay-Z or Nas and all of them came up. There was no social media. It was straight street work. You go out there and you go get it. Now it's, I'm gonna sit on my behind all day and on my computer typing stuff up. And me not being so fond with that, I don't know how to get into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not the one that really knows social media. I can't bring people to me. And there's things that I've done out here, like you said, that you wouldn't even have known. Like I've done Coast to Coast Live shows in New York. I've done the Apollo Theater, you know what I'm saying? And people wouldn't even know that. You could walk past me on the street, you'd be like, oh, he's just a normal guy. But then yet again, if I sit down and build with you, you'll be like, wow, he does have a vision, he does see something. And that's the thing, that's hard now for any artist from wherever you're from, especially from here. From here, it's hard for any artist to come out of these streets or to come out and do something. You know what I'm saying? Because of the restrictions we have, you know?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good point, because that's one of the reasons why I even have this show, is so that we can have artists have that platform where they're able to express themselves and get their music out there in such a tough area. I mean, Connecticut, everybody, like you said, a lot of people, I can't say everybody, because I know I get a lot of love. I know a lot of people that spread a lot of love, but it is that mentality like, oh, I see you doing good. I want you to do good, but really I want to do better than you, so I'm not going to help you out. Like, I'm gonna be there to clap for you. I'm going to be there to support you, but in the back of my mind, I know I'm trying to take your spot.
It's
but
the
instead,
crabs in a bucket.
like, I heard from Tony Robbins. He said there's two ways to get the biggest building in town. You could either tear everybody else's building down, which makes yours look bigger. It's the illusion. Or you can just build a bigger building. And that's what it all comes to, building. So when everybody's building with each other, we're going to build a bigger building rather than take everybody else's down. You know, so that's
and that
huge.
is a positive feed. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I love being here, talking with you about this, because, you know, hip-hop itself is like, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's at a good point, but I've seen people lost the real feel to what it really came from, you know what I'm saying, and what it really stands for.
All right, quick question. What does hip-hop stand for you? I really want to know that.
Doesn't matter how street you are. Doesn't matter how gangster you are. It's about whether if you could take a negative situation and to making it positive. You know what I'm saying? There's poor kids in these streets all over. With so much talent, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things that a lot of people turn to negative things. Now that people start getting into selling drugs or start robbing one another. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people would take their negative situation and run with the negative side of it and know how to turn it and convert it to be positive. So that's what I'm saying. Hip-hop, to me, is our culture. And if we know how to step out that realm of just being negative, we can do a lot and bring us all up together, you know what I'm saying? Like, one wise person once told me that, you know, we here right now giving positive feed, you know what I'm saying, to the world and whoever's watching. But nobody finds reasons to like you. People find reasons to dislike you. And it's like, that's the whole thing. So, like I said, ain't nobody can't get nowhere if you just gonna hurt your brother. You know what I'm saying? You can't knock another man for his hustle and what he does just because yours ain't working out so well. The best thing you can do is link up with him and talk with him, and so he can mentor you. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he could give you something that sparks your brain. That way you could take it and run with it and then make something, you know, and make yourself smile. You feel me?
Yo, that's a dime you just dropped. You just dropped a dime on my heads. Like, I don't even think they're going to be ready for that. Yo, that is real. Like, to be able to recognize, all right, different people got different hustles, but just because they hustle different doesn't mean that they're an enemy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's more room for everybody. And especially nowadays with a lot of division going on, and especially with people looking at minorities in a different light, and you know all the race tensions and stuff going on, to be able to promote hip-hop in a more positive light is everything. It's needed. Like, hip-hop, life isn't always positive. Life isn't always happy. But at the same time, it's all on what you focus on. Like how I tell people, like, we balance a fine line of positive and negative energy every day, depending on your dominant thoughts. So if you're listening to negative music and you're in a negative situation, if it makes you feel better, that's great. But a lot of times, like, the music is what really influences people. Mm-hmm. So how I tell people is, like, you know, just try to stay in that good mindset. Mm-hmm. If listening to a song can lead to, even if it's a negative song, but leads you to being in a more positive mind frame, then do it. You know, if you could relate to that and it can take you out of that negative environment. But at the same time, like, I think that you're onto something when you talk about, you know, all these poor kids living in these areas that got so much talent. Like, what do you do with it? And being a kid, you know, you grew up in the north end of Hartford, you already know how it is, where if you feel there's no opportunities out there, nothing to look forward to, what are you going to end up doing? You're going to end up doing the same thing that you see going on in front of you. You know, it's exactly. Like, because people don't know any other option. This is what they see. That's their reality. So, you know, being able to come out and inspire people, bring people together, that in itself is a movement.
I appreciate that.
I'm definitely with it. Like, you already know. It's
work after work. You know, a lot of people just want it given to you. Nobody wants to put in the work no more. That's where it all falls as well. That's another slack. Like I said, people would rather sit on a laptop. I'd rather go out and go get it. You know what I'm saying? By any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? If you sitting down and only negative thoughts come to your mind, you don't have enough activity, or you don't know what you want to do. I ask people this question all the time. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Because you can take that. Anything, I could tell a person, whether they want to do nails, be a firefighter, I could tell them. I could tell them a hustle, and I could tell them whatever you want to do, it's possible to be the best at it. You got to look at yourself as the best. I look at myself as the best in everything that I do. People may not say that, or it doesn't matter. It's what I feel. It starts with me. You know what I'm saying? It starts with me. So I don't care what the next man has to say, but I'm going to show you. And a lot of people like I said, they let their negative ways or they let negative tension take over their mind. You know what I'm saying? And devil he works in a way to take over your mind like this. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? He's brought me to places where, you know, got me down and out. You know, I've been to places where I never thought I'd been, jail or whatever. You know, but that's because he got me to the spot where he wanted me to. He made me see and feed into it. At this point in my life, out of everything that I have accomplished and that I want to accomplish, I can't bring myself there. I just got to now be like, you know, let me calm down. I know what I can do. I know what I want to do. Take it day by day. Sun's going to come forward.
That is real. That is real. And that even ties into, you know, like being at those low points. like, what would keep you going forward? Like, you said you got locked up. Like I know in that situation, like, your mind has to be going crazy, thinking you're losing everything. But, like, how do you stay positive? How do you stay motivated on the grind, knowing that there's something else out there? Like, how do you do it?
Well,
the people need to know this.
Well, for one, you have to be there spiritually. You have to feel like there's something somewhere watching over you, period, point blank. You can't think everything is just all you. Once you feel like you're alone, then that's when you get to that mind state. See, I lost my father, so I feel like his wings is on my back. I feel like there is a Almighty, and that's what also keeps me sane and level-headed. As far as in keeping movement, the hatred keeps me moving, and also the positive feed that I do get from people. Yo, your music is hot, man. Yo, I love what y'all are doing. Keep that up. When I hear that, it makes me go full throttle. Even with the hatred makes me go full throttle because, like I said, people rather knock you for what you're doing that's positive, because they can't do it themselves. If it was easy for everybody to do it, everybody will be doing it. You know what I'm saying? If it was easy. But it's not meant to be easy. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard. So
that is real. Like that's a really great point that you brought up about, like, if somebody sees you doing something, they try to knock that. Like, that, how I could word it is like, people are going to hate before they love. Like, you're going to find a lot more hate before you find love. But when you find that love, it's going to be an intense love. It's going to be really, like, highly focused, and it'll make it all worth it. That's how I see it as. And that's to be motivated on that. If you could have just that, like, most people get motivated by the money. They get motivated by the cars. But if you get motivated by the love and by the hate even, have the hate push you to do more. And then when you get that love, to know that, to find the people that you connect with in life that really are going to help you get to the next level, like, that is where it's all worth it. It's like finding a checkpoint. Like, you find a checkpoint, and it's like, all right, man, all right, so I got here. So even if you had, like, it was a video game, you died 100 times, you made it to that checkpoint. It's like, that's
what you said
really good.
Was the realest. It's like, this is something that people that I looked up to who once did everything on their own, and shout out to the Money and Violence crew. What you said was real. Money should never be the motivation. It's the reward. It's what you get after you put in that hard work from following your dreams. Then the money comes, and that's some real. That's what's real. People need to know that money is not the motivation. It's the reward.
Man, like, that's real. So, really, for the people at home, how did they get in contact with you? How could people follow the movement? How could they be a part of it?
Oh, you could hit us up on Facebook, Mook Sully, or you could go to Instagram, Mook Sully _F.M.R. You know what I'm saying? Just follow what we doing, slowly but surely. Everything will kick off in its time, It's at the grace of God. I'm letting it all fall in His hands.
There you guys have it. Had a great talent come through, dropped some amazing gems. This is Jamez IVTV.
There was times I had beef, I'm living the foul way, I'm living the wrong way. But anyway, I think past the norm. My mother hated me for doing me, being me. What I grew to be was a kid who wanted a lot of light, but I seen the trouble in sight, and I said fuck it. When you lose someone close, you don't think. Then I had started to drink and lost my mind. Then it starts to rewind like playback. Matter of fact, it caused the most impact. The streets I dealt, the streets I felt, it broke me apart. Now you got a troubled soul with a black heart. I apologize and I love you dear, ma. I was just wishing he was still here, ma. If you know my pain, try to understand. Cards I was dealt, it's a bad hand. But I look past and I keep going, and I keep working hard, Same story just told in a different way.